Okay, if we talk about the habit, you can see that they are mostly annual or perennial herbs. They may be shrubs or trees, and some are woody climbers or this word halophyte. Halophyte are those plants that grow in the mangrove place. No, mangrove is where the Bengal tiger. No, in West Bengal we have the Bengal tiger, and this Bengal tiger, he stays in that mangrove forest. Okay, this is a forest, but they live in the coastal part. Okay, this is the coastline, and this is the sea water. No, but these forests, they can grow in the sea water. So these plants are halophytes because they can tolerate very high salt concentration. Okay, let's say this is India map. Okay. Ooh, oh my god, whatever. So this is the coastal area. No, this is the sea, this is the Bay of Bengal. Okay, here is, so obviously the ocean is salty. No, then here this one is the mangrove forest, and these forests, they grow in the salty water. Okay, so you should at least remember this example of one halophyte, which is Avicennia. Okay, which grows in the mangrove forests, right? And what do you find in the mangrove forest? You find that Bengal white tiger. No, remember Project Tiger? It is a very important conservation project of India, one of the most important conservation project of India, because that's the only place where we find the tigers. No, you don't find tigers anywhere. The Bengal tigers is located there only. Okay. Okay, so we know that they can be herbs, they could be shrubs or trees, as well as these salt living plants, that is halophyte. Okay, so if we talk about the root, like I have always told you, taproot, this is the plant, whatever, like that, leaves, whatever. This is the taproot, and these are the adventitious roots which are branched. Okay, ordinary adventitious roots. Yes, fine. We have taproot, we have the branching of the roots, but something else is new. No, here you see that there is a pneumatophore in that halophyte plant. Okay, there is a root known as pneumatophore in this halophyte plant. Means this plant which lives in the soil that is very high concentration with salt. Okay, now here this is Avicenna. This is the 1 minute. Where was my brush? Okay. Okay, this is the Avicenna. Yes, these are the Avicenna plants. And this one, no, it's actually salt. It's the salt deposits that have come from the ocean. Okay, the ocean, maybe when the waves came up, and when they receded, they left behind salt. Okay, so just think about it. Suppose this plant had only underground roots. Okay, underground roots. Then other than photosynthesis, you know, right, girls, that plants also, they need to respire. No, they have to release oxygen at night. Okay, the dark reaction occurs at night, and they have to respire. So these pneumatophores, projections, all these brown projections that come out from the soil, these pneumatophores, these roots, no, because they are embedded in this, you see the white in the salt, they are packed. No, it's not like in soil. Soil is porous. Okay, there are air pockets, so easily they could exchange gases. No, they could respire, they could they could exchange carbon dioxide with oxygen. Yes, they could respire. But here salt is completely packed, there are no air pores. So how this plant has adapted so amazingly? Simply he sends the root upwards. You see all these brown things. If some of you, if in the future you go for vacation in this mangrove forest, if you see this, immediately you can tell your family, oh, I know why these roots come up. It's because they need to respire. Okay, so for the respiration, The roots, they come out of the ground. Okay. So isn't it interesting, this verbenaceae? Okay.